recording. Hello. For this one. This is the mass of ears of corn that they measured. And then they found the mean, the standard deviation, the smallest value, the lower quartile, Q1, the median, which is your middle value, the upper quartile, Q3, and the largest value. It says apply the IQR rule to search for outliers. The IQR is, well, we need to find that first. The IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So in this problem, Q3, 20.825 minus Q1, which is 13, and this is just from the bottom table, 13.75. And if we subtract them, the IQR is 7.075. That's called the interquartile range, and it's telling you the spread between the upper and lower quartile. Now to find the lower range, or the lower value that they're talking about, the lower cutoffs, the lower cutoff is Q1 minus 1.5 times the IQR. So Q1, 13.75 minus 1.5 times 7.075. And we get 3.1375. This tells us the lowest value. If anything is lower than this, it's an outlier. To find the upper value, you take the higher quartile and add 1.5 times the interquartile range. And that would be 20.0825 plus 1.5 times the interquartile range. And when we do that, we get 31.4375. So anything above this value is an outlier. If we look at our values, below 3, nothing below 3, above 31 point, so there is one outlier, 33.0, and so it's yes, there's an outlier. So this is if you're finding outliers using the interquartile range. Now, if you're using two standard deviations, you use the mean and then plus or minus 2 standard deviations. Missing a D there. So the lower is the mean minus 2 standard deviations. Our mean was 17.9, again getting it from the table, minus 2 times the standard deviation was 5.63. And if we calculate that, you should get 6.64. So below this value, it's an outlier. And then the same thing, finding the upper, you still take the mean, but you add 2 standard deviations. Our mean was 17.9 plus 2 times 5.63, which will give us 29.16. And we know there was a value larger than that. It was the 33. So there is outliers. The lower value, below 6.6, our lowest was 12.5. So there is none below this, but you still had an outlier here that was 33, which is greater than 29.16.